Hi and welcome to this episode of Zeitgeist podcast with Niklas and Flo. Hi, I'm Niklas.
Flo. Yeah, it's summer, and in summer we always have the blockbusters in the movie theater. So today we gonna talk about movies. And for me, it's really excited to see after COVID that it seems the movies are back. I don't know if you realized that there was a big shift. Right before COVID, we had a lot of really cool blockbusters, especially all the Marvel movies, all the superhero stuff. And then with COVID, I believe after that we had, you know, the 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 workers in Hollywood, they put down their work also because of AI. They were scared for their jobs. So we had a long time where we didn't really saw a lot of really cool blockbusters in the movies. And now it seems we're back. I don't know. Are you like big into movies, movie watching? Are you going frequently into movie theaters?
Not that much. I really have a cinema around that I really like a lot. It's one of these older, smaller cinemas. And I don't know, I've always liked this atmosphere, like you go, like the popcorn is pretty great. It's more like this cozy family place. The prices are still way below. Cinema's pretty expensive here if you go to the large chains. These ones have kept the prices down quite a bit. I really like it. And what I just came to my mind is there's a new James Bond, right? They announced the guy who is going to run James Bond next, I
So
think.
I'm not sure if this is like already like a done deal. It seems that you know the watch brand Omega, they showed like the new face for the new watches. So some people, they jumped on the train and thought that this is the guy who will also be the new James Bond. But I'm not sure if that is already, as I said, a done deal. I think there's a lot of questions out there. Amazon just bought the right of James Bond, but I think there's also some, you know, disagreement in the background between the like the old producers of the movies and Amazon to get on the same page, and then also with who will be the new James Bond and all the stuff. And I don't know. I mean, I like James Bond. He died in the last movie. Sorry, spoiler alert, but so I'm not sure where all this will go. But
Yeah,
anyway, I think, just looking forward, a lot of good stuff is out there now and will hit the movie theaters in the next few weeks. So no matter if we're getting a new James Bond anytime soon, still think that, you can have a good time at the movies right now.
which ones are the other ones that you are like dying to see in the theater?
So this week we will have a new Jurassic World movie. A totally new start with new actors. I don't know how much the story is related to the old movies, but this is definitely something I want to see. Then I believe in 1 week, 2 weeks, we will have a new Superman movie, which for me as a superhero fan also hits definitely big. And I'm pretty excited to see because this is the first time that James Gunn, the creator of the Guardians of the Galaxy, is doing a Superman movie. So I'm excited to see how he will bring this new story to life.
That sounds pretty awesome. Like if you had to pick I mean, we now have basically we have everything, right? From Jurassic Park over
Yeah, we have
to
everything. Yeah. So right now also we have Apple production with Brad Pitt, Formula One, F1 movie. Um, I I just heard a lot of good things about this movie. I didn't really have the time to get into because I also have to, you know, the few moments I can be at the theater, I usually go to kids movies because of my daughter. So now we're going into the new Pixar movie Elio. I thought the trailer looks pretty nice, pretty cute. So I guess this will definitely be a good movie. We just had Lilo and Stitch a few weeks ago. We have How to Train Your Dragon, the live action movie, which is also pretty awesome. So as I said, I believe no matter the genre, you will find something for everyone.
One, if you like, now I make you pick
If I have
outside
to
the
choose
kids' movies.
something,
Yeah,
I don't know. I probably I go with Superman.
yeah. I would also probably have chosen that one. And like, how does it compare to the old movies? Did you see any trailers yet?
Of the Superman movie?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, hopefully, I'm nerd, but not like a super nerd. So, but I believe this is the first time that we see Krypton in the movie. I believe the dog's name is Crypto. So it's the first time that we see Superman's dog in the movie. So this is definitely something, a sidekick I'm excited to see. Also, they're bringing in Green Lantern in the movie. Um, so I guess a lot of, you know, different characters we haven't seen in a while, or not even in any other movie, will joining this one. So I guess this will definitely be cool.
Yeah, that sounds pretty awesome actually. And I think I always like these action, I would say, yeah, movies in a sense that they are so like you can really relax and shut off because it's such a like fantasy world basically that you dive into. It's not like I most of the time it's relatively friendly, so which I also like. Like if you ask me, for example, if you ask me for my movie taste, I also always like the old James Bond actually better than the newer ones. It's my very personal opinion because I don't need all the blood or something like that for the movie to be really great. It's also been a lot of fun, like without these kind of
True.
things. Like yeah,
So then I maybe have something else for you. A few weeks ago, we also had the last Mission Impossible movie.
all right, yeah. Yeah, that one I would
Yes, you
definitely see.
already.
Did you see it already?
No, I believe. I mean, I saw every other Mission Impossible movie, but for me, it's like blurry between all the movies. So I guess I have to start from scratch and going, I don't know, to the, what is it, like the eighth movie, something, to really get through the whole story again. Also, if you like, some kind of agent movies, thriller, I would say, we have, it's more in the comedy area, but you remember the Naked Gun from the 80s? So there will be, a restart of the Naked Gun with Liam Neeson. I could imagine that this also would be a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's fun. If I want to like more modern action, I would probably look at John Wick. That I always find fun because it's also a bit out of the realistic world. It's nowhere near it, but it's still like I like those movies as well. Yeah. What do you think about the John Wick movies? I think there's also one coming, right?
So there is a spin-off. I'm not sure. I believe the movie is called Ballerina. It's in the John Wick universe, but with a female main actor. I don't know. I didn't watch the movie, so I can't really say anything about it. I don't know if it's like a prequel, a sequel, something like which happens at the same time. I think if you like action movies, this is definitely something you can go for.
And if you like as we're talking about it, if you say, I mean, I think Breaking Bad was one of the first where we really had these spin-off series right after, right? And we also had it a bit with the Marvel movies where all the superheroes got their own show, but also Breaking Bad, it was like then we had Better Call Saul and so on, like that was spun off. How do you like all these spin-offs now these days? That from this main series you basically spin off the side cast.
I mean, I like it if it's good. But, I'm usually a fan. If I like a movie, I like to discover more of this universe. I like to see more about different characters. And if a spin-off, no matter if it's a prequel, sequel, whatever, gives me more of the background story, I'm all in. I guess there's a lot of hate for, I know it's not a movie, but, I'm a big Game of Thrones fan. I know a lot of people, they don't like how the show ended. I'm also aware that there are a lot of people who doesn't really like the new show, House of Dragons. But I enjoy it. It gives me more of the background. I like to be an investor, so for me, it's definitely you know a thumb up for this show, no matter what.
Yeah, so this looks really great. A lot of exciting stuff coming. One last question for you for this podcast, basically, and that is, with AI coming, I can imagine that in the future we will basically be able to kind of join the movie and spin it off and change the plot and do things in it. What do you think about these immersive ideas that are coming up if you think
So
about the future?
I'm okay with using AI for bringing back characters which are outgrown a role or dead already or something like this. Here that there was this so Vin Diesel, he entered a stage and I believe in LA, and he's talked about the last Fast and the Furious movie, and he announced that Paul Walker will join the movie, or the character Brian O'Connor will be in this movie. Um, since the actor died, unfortunately, there's just a way to have his brother playing his role, or AI, or some mix of this. So I'm okay with if that helps the story to bring back characters. What I believe is what will probably not work, having like a whole AI movie, because at the end, if we're talking about actors, they are usually the soul of a movie. And I don't believe that you can switch it to some kind of AI characters. This will probably not work, because at the end, like, movie fans, they're excited to see the big actors and actresses in the movie. So I'm not sure if people would be excited to see a AI character.
Thanks for these final words and thoughts. This was this episode of Zeitgeist podcast. Please like and subscribe, and see you next time.
Bye bye.